Hi, welcome to the channel. I decided to take a walk along Barking Riverside today because I heard of two new facilities that have been built under the development. The first one I visited was the Wildlife Centre. This is an ecology centre for the community. Not quite sure what the ecology part means, but I'll investigate and find out. Weather not too bad, bit cloudy but quite warm on the whole. This is the Ecology Centre and the surrounding area. I'll put a couple of stills in at the end of this clip just to show you what the actual Ecology Centre looks like. Here they are. And this is me trying to get the settings right on my GoPro. I did manage it eventually. When you first arrive, this is the entrance to the actual riverside path. These are the offices. Well, these were the first offices. I reckon there's several offices spread over the development now. This is the entrance to the pathway. The pathway is actually an old public footpath that ran along the side of the Thames for many years. I don't know what's going to happen to it eventually. I reckon if the developers get their way, they'll build on it. Hope not. It's a lovely walk, and the views are, well, for inner London, are spectacular. Even the industrial part of the Thames is attractive. These are the views that you see when you actually enter the pathway. I've put some stills on the end just so you can see some of the views that are available to you. And that is the actual pathway. These are some stills that actually show you some of the views at the beginning of the pathway. And this is me trying to get the settings right on my GoPro. I did manage it eventually. The pier on the right hand side of this clip is where they've now built a new pier coming off of there that services Thames clippers, and you can book these through Uber. On the left of this clip is the viewpoint, wooden built and a great spot for picnics. Now we get to the open marshland. Essex marshlands was harvested 4 times a year to feed the horses of London in the Victorian era. There's a sharp bend, U-bend in the river here, which leads on to quite a heavy industrial part where all the industry takes place. This was once fords, all fords. Now it's used for different things like loading aggregates to ship all over the country. The river is quite wide here, and often you see large tankers going up into London to supply people like Sankey's sugar. These tankers can get up and down here even at low tide. Oh, and by the way, I investigated that Ecological Center, and I'll put a link to the description of their website in the description below. Right, we're now going to move down to the industrial part, which we will see shortly. This is the main pier. This is where all the aggregates are loaded. The river here is quite deep, so it will allow large boats to actually dock at the end of the pier and be loaded with all the aggregates. You can continue your walk along the Thames by going underneath the pier. Mind you, this is not really very nice part at all, and the terrain is very rough. Really, it's not for the faint-hearted. So I usually end my walk just as I get to that first pier. You can go on to further piers if you so wish, but as I said, the going is very rough. This is round about where I usually finish my walk, at the first pier. There's also a water treatment plant here. The sandbanks are full of quicksand, so it is definitely not recommended for swimming or even paddling. The graffiti is quite attractive at this end also. Okay, so I'm going to wind up this cliff here, and we're now going to go and have a look at the new Uber water taxi service by Thames Clipper, which is a new facility. Right, we're on our way out of the actual river path now, and we're going to go down and have a look at a new facility, the Uber water boats. These are sourced by Thames Clipper. So, let's get on our way. It's a 5-minute walk from the exit to the river path, down the road to where the entrance to the Uber pier is. Here we go, we turn left here. The amount of development that is going on in this area is just incredible. This isn't just a project, they're building a new town. Here we are, arriving at the entrance for the Uber boats. Although the service is still started running, the construction of the dock and everything, the surrounding area, is way off finish yet. As you can see, they're laying turfs, making it all look very attractive. Where you start going along the pier to enter the actual dock. off of the old coal pier that's been there for many, many years. This part's just like walking along Southend Pier. It feels as long. And that's the way into London. Right, we're just approaching the dock itself now. This is the area where you get your tickets, look for the times of the boats. Finally, we've arrived at the dock itself. Oh, I'm sorry, this is where you get your tickets. Still lots of work going on here. Won't be long before I'll be making a film of actually going down the river itself.